All right, thanks for joining us today. I'm going to just do a little review and kind of an overview of the construction of this garden cart that I just put together from Amazon. First of all, it comes with, in this flat box here, and I'll put links to everything in the comments. So this is just your typical, Chinese-made brand that Amazon sells, and the instructions are pretty good actually. They're written in pretty good English, which is unusual, but anyway, it's 37 by 15 by 31 roughly, and like I say, it comes in that little box there. I'm guessing you could probably put 3 tomato plants in there. Obviously you're not going to grow them all together because these are going to get big, but you can use it for anything. The tools, as far as you're going to need here, is just a 10mm socket and ratchet, Phillips screwdriver, and I opted to use some contact cement to secure these little plastic feet protectors on the bottom. Instructions are pretty self-explanatory. What I do like about this is you don't have the clips on the axle. These are actually threaded bolts, so those clips tend to get loose and they pop off and they're worthless. But I was pretty impressed with actually how solid the wheels are compared to what the pictures are on Amazon. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go through the whole putting together process of building it. It's so easy. One of the notable things about putting it together is that the nuts go on the outside. The Phillips heads go on the inside, and I think that's just a matter of preference, but it does make it easier to tighten up the nuts. And also the frame goes on the inside of the legs. I'll pull these plants out here real quick. I'm going to transplant these today. So as you can see, there's drainage at the bottom here. This does slope. It slopes in a little bit so that you can have good drainage with that one hole. You could obviously add more holes with drills, but it's pretty solid. I mean, for what it is and the price on Amazon. It's got a little spot down here for storage, and it's hard to decide what to do with this stuff on Amazon because sometimes the pictures aren't that great. You don't get this full scale of the size, but I figured by doing this video you get an idea. This tomato plant, it's probably about a month old, and we're going to transplant it into these, they call them smart pots, I guess, but they're just a fabric pot. And this is where these tomatoes are going to live. So I'll have links to these as well. I've also got some potatoes planted out back in the same pots. So just to give you a little more idea of the construction on this thing, you can see the bottom here where the tray is bolted in with all these Phillips head bolts and nuts. The wheels, this is actually a threaded axle here. It's threaded on here, so that's a little bit more of an upgrade, I would say, compared to some of the cheap stuff that you get, where it just has the push-on cap. And there is an actual bearing on these wheels, which I was surprised to see. A lot of times there's some spindly little plastic deal. Obviously, you're not going to be rolling around concrete or anything like that. This is just a plant stand, basically. These little tabs on the bottom, obviously they're going to eventually wear out, get through to the metal. If you're careful, they might last a little bit longer, but with the contact cement on there, at least they're not going to fall off. So that was a pretty good idea to do that. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to show you on this thing. Make it brief, give you some ideas. And the good thing about this is if you're hardening off, like say tomato plants or something, you can put them in this cart, wheel them in and out of your garage or in and out of your shed easily at night. Also, you know, if you just want to roll it into your shed or your garage at night, you can use some grow lights, which I've also purchased, and I'll do a video on those later. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And once again, links are in my Amazon affiliate in the description.